What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zcash today, ZEC USD. It is the 14th day of November, and here we are at about $583. We've got 7 hours and 50 minutes left in this day. We're up 12% already. It's nice to see. I do believe that we continue higher. I have said adamantly throughout this whole downtrend that I believe that we have higher to go, right? At the highs, don't get me wrong, we weren't bullish at the highs. At the highs, we were bearish. We only flipped bullish down here at about like $508. A little bit wrong. A little bit wrong. We weren't perfect, but hey, at this point in time, if you bought where I flipped bullish, or if I bought where I flipped bullish, we're all in the green at this point, right? It's really not that big of a deal. And I do believe that we have a lot higher to go. I do believe that. And with that being said, even though we have higher to go, there may be days where we get some wicks to the downside, right? Where it looks like it's a red day, like we're going lower, like it's a lower high, and then we revert back up by the end of the day. It's not just going to be a straight shot up. We'll look back at this moment like it was just a straight shot up, but there will be volatility along the way. If you don't have patience, you're not going to make it. But I do believe that from here, $582, we likely do see a price increase to about $900. That's my expectation. We look at this on a weekly time frame. First and foremost, talking about straight lines. Okay, first off, on a daily time frame, it's not a straight line. You can see the volatility here and there, but on a weekly time frame, it just looks like a straight line up, right? It really does. We pulled all the way back down. Look at the drop we've had so far. From a high to a low, we dropped 43%, and by the end of this week, it's looking like it's going to be nothing. We're going to close above where we even closed last week, and people want to think the high is in. No. The high is not in. We theorized that the high could be in. It's possible because we did interact with the zone that we've anticipated, this money zone here, $711 to $925, but we're just at the brink of this zone, right? While we didn't advocate for the buy here, we didn't advocate for the buy here because even though we thought it was going higher, from 700 and whatever to 800 or 900, it's just not worth it. But from 500, from lower than 500, yes, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. And I do believe we're going to enter this zone again. My expectation is we look at this on a daily time frame. Oops. My expectation is that we're going to get some bearish divergence on this daily RSI. We're going to come up and get a lower low or lower high on the RSI while performing a higher high in the price. That is going to give us bearish divergence, and we likely do go, I would think, just above this wick. Once we're above this wick, at any point in time, that could be the high. It could be $800, it could be $850, it could be $900. I personally believe that we will stop around is it 877? Is that the right price? From a high last cycle to the bear market low. Let's get the high here. Is it 919? This is on Coinbase, so it might be a little bit different. 919 by Coinbase's definition, high to low here. 877. That's what I thought. 877 by this, so somewhere around $900, just below, just above, whatever. But from here, that's anything from about, roughly like another 50% pump. While the rest of crypto is crashing and having a bad time, you could catch a 50% pump with this thing. And I think that the rest of crypto will pump. I actually have a theory, and I didn't think this is not something that I thought the whole time. This is something that I thought since the top here with Zcash, okay? Not the top, but this most relative high. My theory is this, that when Zcash is done pumping, when Zcash hits this $900 to $1,000, $800 to $1,000 range, whatever it is, right up here, when we sell off, not even sell off, but when we start to consolidate, the rest of the market will rally. Mark my words, what's going to happen here, a lot of people might think, okay, Zcash is pumping. When the rest of the market pumps, it's going to pump even harder. No. In fact, this is my third bull market. I've seen this happen with various altcoins. Mark my words, this is what's going to happen. Zcash, whenever it starts to consolidate, that's when the rest of the market will run. Zcash will likely consolidate between now and going into the end of this year, and that will likely be the time when altcoins, when alt season really kicks off. That doesn't mean Zcash is trash. It's just on a different timing rotation, where it pumped first, it'll consolidate. I bet the rest of the market pumps while Zcash consolidates, and then when Zcash pumps, the rest of the market will consolidate. I bet we will have a little back and forth here, and if we play off of this right, mark my words, I'm going to look you in the eyes right now, guys. This is a plan. This is a plan, and if you're with me in this, if you have this shared mentality, we can both, all of us, stand to benefit from this plan. Okay, we'll see how it works out. We'll look at the charts always to determine if we are moving up or down, and the sentiment, the macro, the fundamentals, all that stuff, the geopolitical stuff for crypto. Of course, we'll take all that into account. But the idea here simply is that Zcash will consolidate while altcoins pump. So whenever altcoins rally, when we have this end of year rally for altcoins, this Q4 rally finally kicks off, and we top off maybe in December or January, mark my words, that'll be when Zcash pumps. So if we do it right, we can rotate funds from Zcash profits into altcoins, go from altcoins back into Zcash, and instead of waiting for the consolidation phases of both, just catch the upside continuously. I believe that's going to happen. I don't know how much sense that makes. I feel like I said it clearly. I don't know how to make any other sense of it. I don't know how to say it any better or any worse, maybe. But that's the plan. Mark my words. There's going to be some alternation, and if you can catch this, if you can catch that shift, the cycles of the money flow between coins in one sector to another, you can really stand to make a lot of money. It happens every single cycle, and this cycle I think we're going to do it right. But anyway, Zcash 576. $877 is the target that I have in mind. We could go just above, we could go just below. Really, I mean, realistically, anything once we're above here, it's selling time. But I do think that we'll see prices very near, if not even above, $900, $877, somewhere in that range. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. The weekly, you know, it's crazy. 2 days, 8 hours goes by. We're only down 6% this week. So if in the next 2 days we could close this week green, I know it looks like you have a double top on the weekly. It looks like you have bearish divergence, but if this week closes green, you're not going to be pointed down. You're actually going to be pointed upwards. And right now you're in very good standings to do so. I'm not saying that you will. Volatility can happen, and with that being said, going to the upside, we very much think that it's going to happen. But maybe, maybe from here we pull back to $515. We could go back below $500 and still work our way up. So don't get bearish, don't get pessimistic if we see any volatility come our way. Right now you look pretty productive. I wouldn't imagine that we go too much below like $520, $525. But even if we do, it's not a big deal, right? We're likely going to move up here over the coming days. I got nothing else. The high will be in either by the end of, I think it'll be by the end of next week. We'll have our high put in. So take care. I'll see you on the next one.